congratulations on this film. I absolutely fucking blubbered.
Oh,
great.
Thank you.
Great, yeah.
I hope.
Good.
Yeah, I think if any film makes me cry, it's automatically 4.5 stars, so well done.
Wait, what about the other half?
Unfortunately, not for all of it.
You two are extraordinary in this film. The chemistry between you both is... I had goosebumps, especially in a scene at the train station with the pillow, the way you're holding a pillow. I never understood the phrase, that's so baby girl, until...
So baby girl, Lionel's
So
baby girl coded, yeah.
So when building this relationship between Lionel and David, what did you want it to feel like for the audience?
I wanted it to feel rich. I wanted it to feel like something that you would miss when they're not together. And I think that is, I feel, successfully achieved in the film. Because if you don't have that feeling in the film, I don't think fundamentally works. But I wanted it to feel full of like life and like artistic stimulation and like attraction and like kind of thorny moments of silence where, you know, when you're in a relationship and you're trying to reach someone and you don't know why something feels off. And that's a very hard thing to communicate in film. It's oftentimes easier to describe in a short story or a book because you can get into a character's head. And I think that was something that I feel very proud of in the film.
It's like, you know, in those early sort of first loves, or, you know, the beginnings of a relationship or beginnings of a love story, it's like it's almost like you're in a tunnel because the outside world doesn't matter. It's not a consideration when you fall in love with someone. And this short, almost like relatively speaking, short love story that we witness in this film is them being completely there and then having to come out and join the world. And I sort of always saw it as that. I think, you know, the film is so much to do with regret and nostalgia and grief. And you articulated it perfectly, the idea of this notion of what if your first love is your great love?
Yeah.
And that's tied into the idea of regret too. So I think all of those aspects were very apparent in the short story and in the script, and that was our kind of goal, really.
All right, 5 stars. You got me. You got me.
Come on.
You've both played queer characters before in God's Own Country, All of Us Strangers, Challengers. I mean, not confirmed, but Patrick was a bicon. He was a bicon. people think After Sun as well.
Yeah.
But I need to give it a second go before I make an informed decision.
Do they think that about After Sun?
They do, yeah.
I didn't know that either.
My co-worker at Gay Times was like, ask Paul. And I was like, I don't have much time, so let me wrap this up, actually. But this film is set at a period of time where queerness couldn't exist openly. So did that impact the way that you portrayed the intimacy between the characters?
I don't think so. I think the focus of the film isn't on that.
Yeah.
And I not to go back to this idea of the kind of that first love, but there, you know, really our focus was on almost that blindness when you fall in love with someone for the first time. And when it's as Paul says, like the great love, it's so much to do with the connection of these two people and the music and the sounds that punctuate that relationship.
Yeah.
And so I think that, to me, was the focus.
It's also the focus of the short story. It's like, I think we've all seen lots of brilliant period dramas that explore the kind of brutality of society about like loving somebody and not being able to openly express that. I think there are brilliant examples of those films, but this film is interested in probably the opposite, where it's like these Lionel and David have a real ease of expression. Like there's that amazing scene when David's character asks Lionel if he feels uncomfortable with what we're doing, and Lionel just very simply says, "No, I don't feel anything like that." And it's surprising to Lionel that David is articulating that because of what the film is showing us. It's like, I'm sure they're aware that they're not able to like openly express it, but when they're together, they feel no remnants of that.
That's kind of what, exactly.
Yeah. All right, I've asked you some really serious stuff, so I'm going to go a bit more silly now. Okay, right. So in the film, they bond over their shared love for folk music.
Yeah.
If this was set in the present day, which pop divas or queer icons would Lionel and David be a stan of?
Would they be a stan?
God, this is such.
I don't know if they'd be like, would they be stan culture people? I don't. They feel pretty analog to me. Well, because they are analog in the film. I think that's a cop out.
We have to try and take the question.
Yeah. We have to
try and transport ourselves. Okay. Here's where I might stumble on my answer is that I feel like I'm so basic with my current musical knowledge.
Basic's good.
Okay.
When you said it, my honest answer was I got incredibly nervous.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Right. I think that's my issue. I don't want to be like Britney because it's like, Josh, we're not in the 90s.
Chapel?
But
I don't know if they would I don't know if they would go for a chapel.
We'll have to ask him.
We'll ask Ben. You know, we should ask Ben,
the writer. He's got an idea.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to be contemporary. You could go for someone like Whitney, Samantha Mumba.
Whitney. I think they would be obsessed with Whitney's voice.
Yeah.
Okay, on a serious... I know we're not doing serious... But I mean, on a serious... If we're talking about like what they'd be obsessed with, it would be like Jeff Buckley. You know, like a raw...
Yes.
Untamed.
But I think they would be able to acknowledge the quality of Whitney's voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And be like, oh.
Yeah, I need a gayer answer than Jeff Buckley.
Yes.
Come on, Josh O'Connor.
Literally,
come
not
on.
the question.
Also, I've got Jeff Buckley to every interview, haven't I?
Yeah, who'd be like the queer icon that they would listen
I love
to?
Jeff
Jeff Buckley.
Thank you for entertaining my silly question.
Thanks. Thank you.